Hey everyone, it's Leo here, and I just have a quick video today on a little bit of a comparison. Let's get into it. Recently I acquired a drum rack, and this might seem like not too important, but I think it does make a big difference. So for the longest time I've always used stands, and I'm sure many other people use cymbal stands most of the time instead. After a while I started getting really frustrated with cymbal stands because some of them were obviously better than others, and buying individual stands can add up to be quite a bit of money. And while drum racks are quite a bit of money, I think you can find a really solid drum rack for a little bit less than a bunch of different cymbal stands. So I bought mine used off Craigslist for about $75. Built like a tank, it's solid, it's been gigged with for 30 years, and all I did was add two parts to it. I added an extra tube on the end and a leg. That cost around $80. And then the clamps were about $20 each from Gibraltar. Gibraltar makes great sturdy clamps. So all in all, this was under $200 to build this drum rack, and it works great. It's easier to adjust the toms and get them in the spot that you want, as well as having the cymbals at a good height, and there's not a lot in the way. And what I mean by that is you don't have to move a bunch of different stands around in different spots and fit them in tight spots. The stands are on the rack, you loosen the clamp and you move them back and forth, which I think is great. It might not work for everybody, but this is why I think drum racks are great. One thing about the drum rack I have is because it's a little older, the clamps are a little older and they're not as smooth as the newer ones, but that's okay. Once they're in the spot I like them at, I mean, they're gonna stay there. When it comes to putting microphones and stuff on the drums, I find that it's way easier instead of looping wires in and out and squeezing the microphones through these tight spots and having them in these tight spots. I find it's just a lot easier to navigate and adjust certain things on the drum rack. That makes me as a player and as a producer a lot happier and a lot less stressed out. From the producer side of things, when it comes to placing mics, especially the overheads, it's way better instead of having stands, because the stands obviously take up all that room on the floor, and if you have multiple stands, that's more room on the floor that's being taken up. Whereas with the rack, there's one spot that's taken up on the floor and there's so much more room to fit microphone stands. So my overheads sit nice and comfortably tucked into the kit, almost as they're almost like a part of the kit. When it comes to the cymbals and everything, it's kind of hit or miss for me, especially on the side I added like the extra tube and the extra leg, because I can't really go lower without raising, or without lowering rather, the main part of the rack in the center, and that would be a problem because then the toms are super low, and I don't really like that. Other than that, everything's basically about shoulder height for me, and I can play it, I wouldn't say very comfortably, but comfortably enough where I can get used to it. On top of just working in a practical sense, it looks really clean, it looks a whole lot better. It doesn't look so clustered. I like the design of it, obviously. It doesn't look like a mess. It looks really professional. I think if you can get your hands on a used drum rack, it'd be a great investment instead of throwing down hundreds of dollars on cymbal stands, because they do get very expensive after a while. The best part is you can still currently use part of your cymbal stands in your drum rack if you decide to get one. I took the main tubes out of the legs, and then you just put them right into the clamps, and while you might have those legs left over, you're not spending extra money on extra booms and stuff like that. So you could easily convert right into a drum rack instead of buying extra and fitting extra cymbal stands into your kit. So those are my thoughts on the drum racks. Let me know if you have a drum rack or if you prefer using the CYMBAL stands. If you prefer using the CYMBAL stands, let me know down below in the comments why you think that might be better than the drum rack. I'd love to hear it. Like I said, this was going to be a quick, short video. I got some amazing content coming up for the next month. I noticed I've been doing a lot of guitar-related videos, so this is a little bit of a breakup from those. I am getting back into the guitar stuff in the next video. Back into the pedals. We're going to hopefully be looking at a new guitar coming up. Really interesting pedals, some shootouts, some of my home mixing tips. Not that I'm super qualified to speak on home mixing, but just to give you the perspective of a basement or home studio producer who's working on a budget. Like I said, please let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share it with your friends so that they can help this channel grow. If you need to smell a lot better or get a gift for someone for the upcoming holiday season, you can go to my link in the description and get 10% off your first order with Hero Soap Company, or type in promo code LEO to get 10% off. Let freedom clean. Anyways, that's it for me today. I'll see you next weekend, and peace out.